All right. I'm setting up. Give me 1 or 2 moments here. And we are going to be at it. Talking about foreclosure. I will also be fielding regular questions as we go. As I am not a licensed CPA or foreclosure expert, but I will be fielding a little bit of information about this and directing you guys towards my guy, Sean Adley's website, who can and is trained and so certified. So give me one moment. Thank you for your patience in advance. All right, it's about that time. Let's get it going. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? It's the Wolf. Woo! 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 All right. Freshly shaven, looking clean and pristine. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's get some stuff rolling. All right. So today, first of all, I want to thank everybody for joining in. Let's say we got about 37 people here right off the bat. So that is awesome. You guys humble me, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys to all the people who have ever done a consultation with me and the ones who did it as well as today. We smashed a lot of information. We have been having so much success in the courts and against the negative powers that be. And I wish I could share all of the cases and stories, but there's just too many of them, and I keep everything private. You know, we're not here to showboat and go look at this, look at this. The proof is in the pudding. All right, so before we get started, let's see. We got Sakhem, Veronica, Monica, Rachel, Juan, Magic, James, Brianna, Juan. All right. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who is watching. This may not necessarily be something that you need, but this is definitely something that there's a lot of people who, need this particular information. And so thank you for checking in and watching, even if this is not something you need. So I will be answering other questions in the comments section for regular things about whatever. Please don't take it personal if I don't see it or I get to it. There's usually a lot of questions that I can't answer them all. My ninja skills are not quite as good as they used to be. So how to defend or stop for home foreclosure. So I'm bringing this, what's going up, Nakia Torres, LL. Appreciate each and every one of you guys out there. Thank you for sharing moments of your life with the Badwolf and helping to spread this information. I know a lot of you guys are out there. I'm not doing this by myself. This is you guys. You know, this is you guys sharing it. This is you guys living this life and, you know, moving forward. So, all right. So as we all know, we have to start off well. Hey, what's going on, Jen? I see you over there. We all have crypto. What's going on? Dia. We all know that what they're doing, though we don't like to use this terminology, but what they're doing is called business. It's commerce, okay? And from their perspective, all of this is just good business. Doesn't matter how you feel about it. The Constitution does not protect your feelings. So you can feel how you want, but you have to be smart and learn what they're doing so that you can combat them with a cool and calm head, because otherwise all you're doing is showing that you are a belligerent and a combatant, and thereby diminishing you of what few rights you have when you're dealing with them. So as Bill State says, it's called fraud. Well, like I said, it's business, but when you discover the fraud, then it becomes fraud. As far as they're concerned, it's just good business. We on the outside, oh yeah, we know it's fraud. It's pure fraud. It's deception at its finest. But when dealing with them, you have to walk as one of them, talk as one of them to destroy them. Because from the outside, unless we all get together and start making some changes happen with our Congress people and all of that, it's just good business. Congress and the Supreme Court and the federal district courts, they know all of this is going on. They know we are being abused. They can't help us until we discover the fraud and we bring it to them. And then we make them get with other Congress members to do something about it. Because remember, a lot of them are getting kickbacks. So as far as they're concerned, it's just good business until you make it proven that it's not. Okay? So I'm going to pull up my guy Sean's website. Me and Sean go way back, and he's helped a lot of people who need to have what's known as a securitized audit. Now, securitized audit is for those people who believe, which is 99% of everybody who has a mortgage, that the mortgage has fraud on it. Okay, the fraud is sitting there, but until you discover it, it's just good business. Now, we know it's bad business, to quote Carissa here. What's going on, Amanda? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know either. Hey, my ninja. So what we do, or what they do over at Mortgage Audits Online is they are able to take a look at your mortgage, find the fraud, create a packet of information for you so that now you can send that to your servicer and say, hey, what are we going to do about this fraud here? And believe it or not, 9 times out of 10, let's just say certain things go away. You have your house and everybody's happy. So what I didn't know until recently, when Sean reached out to me, he said, hey, it's like, we do foreclosures. And I said, I think I kind of glanced at it when years and years back when I looked at it. But they actually do foreclosure assistance. They do foreclosure help. They know how to stop foreclosure with wrongful foreclosure through litigation. They know how to stop the foreclosure sale. They know how to do a quiet title foreclosure. They know how to defend against it. They know how to give you a forensic loan audit for court use when dealing with them. They can do assistance. They can show you how to check out MERS and put together a report where MERS will find also part of the fraud. And they also know how to do a couple of other things, which we're going to talk about here. So let me get over. We must first help ourselves, aka shift the paradigm. Nakia, yes, you are correct. We have been groomed, unfortunately, by the creepy uncle, and we don't know what's going on. What's up, G-Man? I see you over there. Hey, thank you guys. You guys humble me. I'm telling you guys, I appreciate it. And a lot of people have asked me, they're like, you look so comfortable up there. Nah, I'm out. Trust me, I'm nervous. I shouldn't be. I'm in the sanctity and the privacy of my own nation and home. It's just I'm not used to doing public speaking. I was always teased about being smart, teased about my big head, teased about, you know, talking proper and this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So everybody still has their own insecurities, but you guys make it a lot easier. And so thank you guys for all the stuff that I've seen that you guys have done, unseen. Thank the universe. So, all right, let's see here. We're going to take a look at my guy's site here. All right. So for those people that don't know, one of my good guys, his name is Sean Adley. He is the owner of this company. Yep, that's right, the owner. He is the head sales of this company. And as you see over here, he will provide you a free consultation. You can fill out this form, no obligation, 100% free. Okay. They will also provide a free foreclosure defense kit included with each consultation. This is a huge offer right here, guys. Most places, most lawyers, most attorneys will not do something like this. All you got to do is come here, click the schedule now, put your information in, and you will be set up with a consultation. Let me know if the video cuts out or it sounds funny. For some reason with this app, when I do a picture and then the web page, it sometimes acts funny. So let me know if anything goes goofy, or, you know, who knows what might be happening to it in the background. We'll just see. The key is here. I'll just post it. There you go. Definitely appreciate you, guy. Born Love. What up? Carrie Smith said bald heads are in. All right. Appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I try to stay humble about the information, but like I said, when you guys have your successes, email me. I'll do a live with you guys on there. I might get a couple of you guys on together, and because people have been asking about some of the success stories. Like I said, I don't feel I need to prove anything per se, but I'm just providing information because I want you guys to do it for yourself. So now that people are coming to me, getting their property taxes knocked out, getting their houses for free, getting their passports done, their successes with right to travel, everything I'm putting out here are remedies that you have as nationals. So I will share a little bit of that. And, we will take it from there. So, all right. So let's get back to the website. So, okay. So here, foreclosure defense assistance fast. Okay. So house is probably going to be your greatest asset you ever purchased. No one has the intent to default or fall behind on their mortgage payment. The main point is that most of the people going through foreclosure tend to get overwhelmed because they do not know what to do about the foreclosure process or proceedings. With the number expected to rise in the coming years, homeowners are urged to use any information and resources that can help prevent the possibility of foreclosure. Mortgage Audits is the place for you. Okay. Compared to most places, I'm letting you know, these, don't get me wrong, it's not free. It's on the cheaper end of things I've seen, but it ain't free. Nothing's free. Okay. Unfortunately. But if you do mention the name Badwolf when you set up your consultation or you talk to him on the phone, you will get a 10% discount. All right. Just to be upfront with you. So we have a thing worked out. I'll make a little bit, keeping it real. But at the same time, you're actually going to be making way more than what I would make on it. And, so just keeping it real, keeping it 100. So the foreclosure defense action plan. Okay. So when you face foreclosure, you will need to decide whether you want to fight it or get an attorney. Once the foreclosure has been made, you typically have about 21 days to act before the house is sold. The lenders have attorneys to protect them. So should you. So to stop an impending foreclosure, okay, They will help you file a temporary restraining order or a TRO, which is one of the best ways to put things on pause so that you can figure out how to move and what to do. Okay. So there are other measures to stop foreclosures, such as a short sale, a loan modification, and even bankruptcy. Okay. In our case, we do not recommend our clients to take on bankruptcy unless it's the only option. Bankruptcy may seem like a good option, but it damages your credit and on a level. And so, but that is not the end of it. Okay. There are ways from moving forward from that point in time. All right. So for a free consultation, you can click here and contact them. You can also see their 800 number right here. Okay. So looking over here, okay, they have a voluntary lien reports. Was the financing that they did legal when you got your house? They can track the path of the note, the mortgage deed, locating information from the pooling and servicing agreement that they already have given you. With this information, this can shut down everything that they're trying to do to you. There's actually been people who have gotten their houses back after the foreclosure was done and everything was sold, and they got it back. And if they didn't get it back, they were compensated because of their losses. Okay, this is where a securitization analysis or audit comes into play. If they can find fraud, even one piece in it, and the entire, you could have had your house for 30 years, you're in good standing, and then you do a securitized audit with these guys, whether for foreclosure or whatever else, and suddenly, bang, you get your house, everything is paid. All right. So, all right, let's take a look here. So don't allow the banks to play the legal games with you because they are trained experts in it. Unless you study a lot of this information, you're not going to be ready for them. You're going to need an attorney, or you're going to need somebody like these people who can help you through this process. They do this nationwide. Okay. It's not like this guy's in my basement or garage or anything. They've been doing this years before I even met Sean. Okay. So looking down here, what are some of the options? Okay. So you can sue. Yes, you can actually sue them for the mortgage fraud. You can contact them here, right? This very link. You go to their website, mortgageauditsonline.com. And if you're not sure where to go, you can look at their services. And if you're just glancing at this, you can't find where it says, mortgage fraud or foreclosure, then just scroll all the way down to the bottom for mortgage audit services. All right. And it'll show you all this right here. So he's actually going to provide you with a sample kit to understand what's going on so that you can see how the transaction will go down. And you're going to see what they're able to do. And they will give you papers on how they've been able to help other people and their testimonies. Okay. So we're already here at foreclosure defense assistance. Okay. County judges audited MERS. That's another way. Your MERS account will usually show that your account has already been paid off. Most of you guys don't know that. MERS, mortgage electronic registration services, they have to keep track of what goes on. The banks are hoping you never check them out. They don't want you to see that. Most times your mortgage account is going to say that it has been paid. They have to do it legally within 5 years of you owning your house. But when did you own your house? When was it paid off? Hey, what's going on, Lisa? Carissa, do you use the 3949 form? All right. So I'm not going to get into specifics right now. That is a tactic. And as always, I just say, continue to do your research. But yes, Torres is right. At closing, when they close and you sign that promissory note is what they used to finance the deal. The bank does not put $1 into your home. So how can they foreclose on you? They foreclose because you didn't make the last couple of payments. I don't think I should be giving them my $250,000 house because of $6,000 or $7,000 I missed. That doesn't seem right. But they're hoping you don't want to fight. Banks are forbidden from owning land and property. They just want it from you so they can get that lump, and then turn around and sell it again and hope the next person doesn't do it. Okay? That's what they're doing. What's going on, Bronze? All right. So we know that there's fraud going on there, but we have to find it and use it against them in the most business professional way. So here, wrongful foreclosure litigation. This is what they also help you with. Failure to provide notices to homeowners. Insufficient communication. Failure to provide payoffs. Breach of contract. These are all things that they help you do. Refusing to consider a modification of loan. Incorrect interest rate. Unfair business activities. You can also look up Regulation Z. Okay, I don't know if they mention it here, but Regulation Z is also a very powerful tool to use. All right, and as you guys know, I only mess with people who get the job done. All right, I don't put nobody on my channel unless they know what they're talking about. They've done it, they've lived it, they've got the scars, and the gray hair and the sleepless nights, and won. Okay, that's the key thing. We're not here for some kind of stuff. We're living this stuff. We're doing these things. This is active. This is real life. Okay. When a homeowner has enough evidence for the wrongful foreclosure, he or she may do one of the following: seek the lender to dismiss the foreclosure, or sue the lender for damages. They want to come at you wild, crazy style. Hey, get back at them. All right. So here they're going to show you how to fight a wrongful foreclosure. They're going to prepare all the paperwork for you. Okay. And I get it. Some people might be like, well, I don't have much money. They're willing to work with you, but each case is individual. So you'll have to contact Sean and see what they're able to do. But if they're already coming at you and you've got enough money for a mortgage payment, and it's a decision between sending them one more payment or paying Sean, I would pay Sean. Your stuff's already ruined. Your credit's already damaged. In for a penny, in for a pound, So, but you have to make your own decisions on what's best for you guys. All right. So, stopping the foreclosure sale. Ways of being able to do this. Well, a lot of times they're going to violate the Unfair Lending Act. Okay. A strong defense attorney may be able to help you with bankruptcy, 7 or 13. Selling your property for a reasonable price, refinancing your property at a reasonable price, negotiating a workout plan with the bank, apply for a court-ordered repayment plan. See, this one I didn't even know. I didn't even know you can have the court order a repayment plan. Okay? So once again, some more tactics that you guys can use. All right? Quiet title. A quiet title action is a lawsuit that is filed to seek ownership of real property. Real professionals need a clear understanding of this process to help them establish true ownership of properties. This is also something similar to like Ron Gibson, who I'm going to try to have on here next week, who talks about land patents, talk about and discuss. Okay. A description of the home that is the subject of the action, methods of vesting of title in the complaint, adverse claim to accuser's title, the date in which the determination is sought. Homeowners can use quiet title actions if the lender has not won the foreclosure. So if they have not won already, you have options. Sean Adley can help you discuss these things. A quiet title foreclosure can take 8 to 10 weeks. A foreclosure can take 8 to 10 weeks. However, the process may be a little longer depending on the issues surrounding the court case, okay? So the sooner you jump on your information, if you need to do something like this, the better, instead of waiting till last minute. Don't freak out, breathe, and, contact my guy, tell him I sent you, and see what they can do. Okay, New York creates a Bill of Rights for residents facing foreclosure. So if you're in New York, they created a bill just to help you. Okay, you can find out more information coming here, clicking this, or Google this information, or contact Sean for a free, analysis, a free consultation. Doesn't cost you anything for the consultation. All right. Mortgage fraud and foreclosures. Okay, so types of foreclosure fraud. All right, let me jump into comments. Let me get back over here before I read these. What's going on, King? What's going on, Randall, Effie, Alexander? Yeah, so even here. Yeah. Torres says, keep an eye on that promissory note. There's a few signatures missing. Yes. Okay, so that's also something that Sean Adley is going to work with and put in the reports. But a short, I guess, executive summary of that is that in any true agreement, there has to be two signatures, two living people signatures, a meeting of minds that this is what you've agreed upon. This goes for every contract. Every contract out there. What's going on, right? Islam Moore, thank you for the info, brother. Okay, so there people are talking in the comment section. Cool. Yeah, get to know each other. Send your shout outs, where you're from, what republic you're in, if you have your own nation. If you've got some information that you want to share, feel free to share it on here. This is why I do this. It's not all about me. It's about helping you guys. I'm doing my stuff in the background. I've won a lot of these things. I'm getting ready to enact some of these things we're talking about. So, let people know what's going on. You won some, you lost some, whatever it is, feel free to share. All right, let me get back to the video. You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. All right. So there are different types of foreclosures and foreclosure fraud, ranging from occupancy fraud, property flipping, and straw buyer scams. Okay. So what are the top ones here that he can identify? Occupancy frauds occur when the applicant misrepresents their intended use of the home's purpose. Okay. Home fraud occurs when the property is inflated beyond its real value. Mortgage foreclosure relief occurs when scammers offer homeowners help to make payments. In most cases, the scammers offer to make lower payments or make the payments in exchange for rent to the company. Okay. Predatory loans occur when lenders encourage homeowners to make a misrepresentation of personal information. Oh, you only make $25,000? We'll just chalk it up to $35,000. If they told you to do that and it can be proven, it's fraud. Fraud vitiates the contract. You get to keep your home. You came to the table with clean hands and they did not. One piece of fraud anywhere that can be proven solid, it's all you need. Okay, so let's take a look at how to stop it. Okay, so we know loan modifications. We talked about filing bankruptcy, the deed in lieu. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so a deed in lieu of foreclosure is exactly what it sounds like. It's when the lender provides you an opportunity to transfer the deed back to them voluntarily. Well, that's interesting, because then that means that the deed is mine. Or is it? Did we ever actually go down to the county courthouse and accept the deed? Oh, interesting. We didn't do that. So it is essential to know that the lender may not accept the offer because of the potential liability. A deed in lieu is virtually never granted unless foreclosure is imminent. Short sale. Even if you are at pre-foreclosure sale, you can sell your house. Why? Because you still own it. It has not been decided to give it over to them. Okay. So if you do all of this and you talk to Sean and he's just like, there's not much you can do, you can hit me up for a private consultation. I've got one or two last things, but I would be a last resort, compared to going through them. Okay, because they're going to be able to set up all this stuff for you, help you out with all that. I am not trained or licensed for that. That's why when me and him became friends a long time ago, I said, hey, you know, I can help show people this who need it and do your thing. So, like I said, I've got a couple of tricks, but I'm more or less like the last resort. So before the lender schedules an auction and after they have filed the NOD, if you find a buyer, the lender should consider it. In case of foreclosure, the lender will turn and sell it. If you issue them a short sale offer, they may look at it as a time-saving effort because they don't want to get in for trouble, of getting getting a good buyer in a soft market. So if you can have somebody who's already going to take it over, they'll do that. Okay, so that's another tactic, another trick that you can use. All right, so how to defend against this? Okay, was it an improper foreclosure under state laws? Your state laws are there to help you. You don't know what they are because you don't look for this. Nobody plans for this. Okay. You are on active duty. Let's say you're in the military and you couldn't pay. You weren't there. Your lady or man or whoever left, didn't pay things. You know, whatever it is, you are protected. Unconscionable terms of the agreement. Okay. Another defense is to try to convince the court that the circumstances that surrounded your agreement were unconscionable. This calls for slight unfairness and or a one-sided deal. This agreement should have been made. This agreement should be unfair in the case where the homeowner is taken advantage of to the point that it moves the judge. Statutes of limitations. Okay. There's a big gap between when you stopped paying your mortgage to the time the lender initiates a foreclosure. The action may go against the statute of limitations. If applicable or if it applies, the statute of limitation may be strong enough as a defense against foreclosure. Mistakes made by your mortgage servicer, dual tracking, imposing non-authorized fees. Oh, here, just put this fee. We'll bundle this fee. All that crazy chitter chatter that they do at the last moment. You're just like, okay, look, just tell me where to sign. I've been here for like 2 hours. Yes, sure, whatever. You don't catch these things because you're not trained to do these things. You didn't have proper representation. Overstating the payment needed for the mortgage to be reinstated. These are all things that can be used. The audit that they're going to provide you for can be used for court use as well. So it's not just sending it to your bank, but it's sending it to using it in court if you need. If they don't want to work with you, that's okay. Guess what? I'm going to use this report and go to court. And guess what? They're going to know it's been done by a professional, a third party, licensed and trained and certified in these things. They don't stand a chance. They know it. They're going to back down 9 times out of 10. So why conduct a forensic loan audit? Maybe they overstated the value of the loan. Okay. Misleading disclosures. Documentation errors that can be used under the Truth in Lending Act, TILA. Excessive fees. According to the FTC, homeowners should avoid companies that encourage homeowners to lease the home while and buy it later. Advises the homeowners to not involve an attorney or a lender. Encourage the homeowner to make payments through it. Force homeowners to sign contracts that are not clear. Guarantees to stop the process. Okay. Advises you to transfer the deed. These are all things that they will use in their favor. Okay. So these are some of their other services. And before I get to this, we'll take a look at the comments and kind of take a quick little fiver. See what's going on in the comment section. Torres says diamonds, dropping gems. Republic of Texas from Juan. Den says, what a 10-year. Let's pop it up. Though this is only EDU and I'm not trained in said areas, I would say yes. Showing the love for Texas. We've got a lot of Texas people in the house. Alexander's in the house. Usually most of my clients and customers come from California because we all know what kind of, so you got to remember, California, the Republic, is different than the state of California. People go, well, what do you mean? What is that? Well, think about it. When you write a letter, we'll just use me, say 555 West Blueberry Lane, and we'll say Madison, Illinois. Okay. I didn't write Madison, state of Illinois. I wrote Madison, Illinois. That's the Republic. But then we screw it up by putting on a zip code, and that brings it into the federalized area. And when you wrote Illinois, did you write out Illinois? Did you write out Republic of Illinois? Nope, you used the IL. The state owns that. The corporation. Okay? So there's a difference there. California Republic, yes. So the state of California, those are the DICKs because those are the ones, and I've dealt with them. I've talked to their Secretary of State and their agents and their non-authenticating departments, because they only apostille or apostle. I've talked to them. We've dealt with them before. Carissa says, thanks for sharing info. Everybody hit the like. It should be at least 75 likes. I can't see the likes, but you heard the lady or the natural person. We'll just say that because, never know people these days, what people want to be called. I'm old school, so I apologize for any of my old school ways. House of El Shahara. Greetings. I would like to get in touch with you. Need some guidance. Yeah, you can hit me up on Black Site 32 for a consultation or information. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't. Let me tell you guys, my mama, before she passed, God rest her beautiful soul, she said, them people ain't your friends. And she was talking about my direct friends, like the closest people to me. She like, baby, at the end of the day, it's you. All right? It's you. Don't trust nobody. Nobody. You hire a lawyer, can't trust them. Hire a refi, you go to somebody do that, a bank, whatever, can't trust them. Never let nobody play with your stuff. Investigate for yourself. Learn something. Okay. All right. Well, look at Bill. Like I said, Bill, we got to hang out. I know you messaged me. I'm gonna have to have you on the show some point in time. You got a lot of information. So hit me up one of these days. We'll have to do a live or something. Yeah. See, yeah. If you would have went to my guy Sean, he would have had that stuff knocked out, and you would have sent that in, and that that's how you get down. Yeah, they don't want your docs to be reviewed. You can ask them to have them reviewed, but that's like asking the devil to make sure the contract you signed with him is good. Nah, they ain't your friends. They ain't your friends. Yeah. Okay. So sorry to hear about that, Ego. You're about to get paid. They can't sell or do anything. They didn't take ownership of it. The deed in your county still has your name on it. I guarantee you that. It's still yours. All right. Jen from Wisconsin. Beer, cheese, and brats. One of my home states. There, Arkansas, Texas. Got family in all them places. Thanks for watching, Jen. Appreciate you. We got Connecticut in the house. There's also no law that says at the closing that you have to allow the county to record your deed into the tax roll. Facts. Facts. Bill, you gotta channel what's going on. You know a little bit too much here. You be knowing some things. Chris is 11. Correct. There are no persons in here. Persons are the title person can mean a natural person, and it can mean a artificial person, according to Black Law's dictionary, which means you are not all of those things. You get to decide what you are. So you let somebody call you a person, you don't know what their definition of that. So yeah, I'm not a person. I will say I'm a natural person. I'm a living being. Person can be a corporation. I don't know what you're using. That's why they use what's the new term? They use citizen of the United States. It's got like 7 or 8 different things that could be in there. These guys are clever. They're very clever. My hat goes off to them because I know they like to watch my videos. So hello to all you people out there doing your jobs. You guys are good. I tip my hat to you. Born Love says my mom was right about just about everything. She was good, a perfectionist. But according to her, she would tell you the only thing she did wrong was meet my father. Boy, you just like your father. Well, you picked him. Must not have been not that bad at the time. Love you, Mom. You know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. If you don't maintain the payments or do the changes, they will try to jump in there. These people are not your friends. There is no care, there's no love, there's no reach around, no kiss on the back of the neck, no bus transfer the next day. It is all business, law, legal, Constitution. None of those protect how you feel. Your situations, none of that. It is contract. It is straight grab your ankles business. That is it. What part of Arkansas? I got family and used to stay down in Montrose. Probably never heard of it. There's a place called Banks. Probably never heard of it. Closest thing we got is Dermont and Little Rock. Closer to those areas. My family, they came up here and had me essentially. But yes, we got family down there. Jen says 2 thumbs up. I like the hat. What is it? A cowboy hat? I can't see. Looks like the cowboy hat on there. Ride 'em, cowgirl. Woo! Old school, yeah. Us older folk, we're built a little bit different. And my mom was built different. She was what, 60 something, about almost going to be 70 something, and she was still working with the city. Actually, my mom was one of the first African or Native American is the correct term, of African descent females to ever become trained in computer programming when that came out way back yonder. One of the first programmers. You know, that was unheard of. And female and of color. That was not heard of. Salvatore, what's going on? Just logged on. Yes. Living, breathing woman and man and woman. Yes. Yep. Republic of Iowa. Yes. Nice. People don't be believing me out there. This information ain't for everybody. Not everybody's supposed to get out of the cage. Well, I would like for them to, but guess what? There are some people are happy inside the cage. They don't mind. They're happy with their benefits. That's why I said I'm not here trying to take nothing away from them. I'm just trying to show the people who want out. The people who want to stay in there, okay, you can have it. Matter of fact, you can have mine. You can take that over too. Yes. Juan says, trust the wolf. Yes. And also, there's a lot of power in trusts. Okay. Look up what a trust is. More love laughing. Why are you always laughing at me? I know I'd be silly, you know what I'm saying? But I try to have some fun and keep it a little serious and a little silly. You know, that's what life's all about. Trust me, when it's time to get business, we can get straight hood and street in this piece. Otherwise, till then, as I know most of my black people out there do, we're going to use our best professional at work voice. Right, you are, Jim. Just having a little fun. Having a little fun. I was born in Arkansas, now I live in Arizona. Yeah. What was it? My nephew just moved to Arizona. I was thinking about leaving and going to either Arizona or Virginia. Some of the your ratio of income to expenditure is really good in those places. Plus, I heard the women are pretty fire too. Or if you guys ever can't find me, I'm in Miami. Miami or Montreal. They showed me a good time when I was down in those places. Not human. I'm mankind. Roger that. Mike Tango 6. Yes, Bruce. Your legal entity is your name in all capitalized letters. That is what's known as your nom de guerre, or Latin for war name, because they're at war with that name that they gave us. Our parents gave it to them in the lowercase or capitis minimus in Latin. They transmuted it, created a death mask. Some people have had that legal all caps name on for so long, they can't take it off. They're literally like this. What are you talking about? I look stupid. You look stupid. You're the one listening to some guy named the Badwolf on YouTube and doing these things. Wait, what? Oh, they worked? You mean I'm wearing a mask right now? No, this is me. I'm just a U.S. citizen like you. Wait, you're a national? Or you can use your U.S. citizen side? And now you are made free. Okay? Because even though I'm up here saying this, I wasn't born doing this. I was Captain Black America. I got America's bum. All right. And so I didn't know any of this. I got into this when I was 9 years old. Okay. Unfortunately, this big melon I have here wouldn't let me sleep at night until I read in encyclopedias and dictionaries and law books just for fun. I used to do that for fun, mine. Do you know what I'm saying? So I got into it. Somebody pushed me into learning this kind of stuff accidentally. And my brain was like, yes, endorphin rush, more, bring me more. What do we got here? Let's go over the comments. I'm from Monticello. Okay, yeah. It's right up. I own about 100 acres in Banks, not too far from where you are. And have family in Montrose. What? Get out of here. All right, Dupree, we are probably related. Montrose ain't that big. If you know any of the Wilsons, Drumgoole, Pickett, McGee's, what is it, McCoy's? Yep, those all my peoples down, you know. Tell them I say, hey, I didn't made it big time. I'm not big time, you know, and I'm not really trying to be, you know, like I said, but I'm just doing a little something, trying to get through. All right, another. I learned from everyone a lot from Anna Von Reitz. Yep, I followed Anna Von Reitz. Technically, I'm still in her as an American national. I learned from her information as well. And so I recommend looking at everybody's information. But here's the key word of the day: vet. Vet everybody's information. I don't even care if it's me, as my mama said. Check everybody's work. Don't ever let your entire outlook be based on somebody else's work for you. And even if you don't know it, then, hey, explain this to me. Explain that. Question everything. Be that problem person. Excuse me, Judge, when using the term person, what exact definition of person are you using when communicating and contacting and directly pointing me out? Just need to know. Do it. Stop grabbing ankles. Speaking of republics, what is the best site to start it? Well, if you're talking about creating your own, you just create your own micronation. If you're talking about which actual state is good to be in to do, that I couldn't tell you. The Republic of Anywhere is good. Remember, it's a state of that is the corporation that wants to harness your life force. Plus, Sal, you know how to get a hold of me. Okay, Anna's doing a broadcast. All right, that's cool. I didn't even know she still did lives or any broadcasts. So that's cool. Bill Juan says, me too. So there actually is no micronation creation site. Okay. I mean, I guess I could start one. Like I said, I hate charging people for anything. I mean, I need money to keep the lights on, or private Federal Reserve notes, which are legal tender and not lawful money. But there's actually no site. You don't need anybody to really create a micronation. What you need to do is you create it, you get it notarized, and essentially you're pretty good at that point in time. But according to the states, you need to be recognized by another state for them to even try to take you seriously. So in the private, you only need you. But if you're going to try to use it and you want some type of legitimacy, then you need another foreign state to your micronation to recognize you. Now, that part is what I do, and you can do that by going to blacksite32.com, clicking on the micronation for like $50. I send you a declaration that I stamp and then send to you. You feel it's your part of it, and I recognize yours, you recognize mine, which I've done this for probably a couple hundred people at this point in time. If you ever need to go to court, me or whoever else will say, hey, yep, we are a nation of nations. We recognize him. But make no misunderstanding, I am not the leader of this. This is all of us are independent nations working together, which is how the founding fathers, God rest their souls, wanted it to be. Except for the ones who are doing douchebaggery. Screw those guys. All the rest of them who are good, thank you for what you've done. Because that's why they put the Constitution in place, to make sure that we didn't get completely screwed over. I don't know. I love how you go deep into this. All your videos are on point. Yeah, because you know what? I'm very thorough. And according to, some ex-girlfriends of mine, I'm a perfectionist and I'm kind of anal. Well, this is how I am. I like to know things specific so that you can't argue with me once I learn it. You can share your personal, emotional, thought, conjectured information on your perspective with me, but the truth is the truth. You just have to remove your emotions and go for it. Doris AZ here too. I heard to get the trust, get in front of a probate federal judge to get the co-beneficiary. Is that true? Yeah, there's some truth to that. I'm not fully researched in there. Speaking of research, that's funny. Thank you for those people who just became members and send in donations. I appreciate you. So thank you for that. No, David Strait, he's still government. Yes, I've actually worked with people and had people tell me that they used my information and went and got their property off of the tax rolls and sued them and got their money back for all the years that they have been paying fraudulently. So Here's to you guys, because I'm actually in the process of working on that myself. Oh yeah, I could use another $50,000 or $60,000. You know what I mean? If you guys have success stories in these areas and you want to share them, feel free to put it in the comments. If it's something really fire, I can probably have you guys on the show at some point in time. So make sure you have all of your information together. If I do select you to do a console or do a live video or whatever else. AJ, super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? Like I said, I'm not that way. I'm not here begging for money. I appreciate you guys donating to the cause. I will continue. $9 adds up. $3 adds up. Heck, if I had $1 from every subscriber, I would have $40,000. You know what I mean? That's powerful to me. A dollar spent to me. I pick up change. I'm not proud. I'll pick up $1. I don't care. I'm old school. I'll pick up $1. I'll pick up change, dollars, pennies, nickels. I've been saving my nickels and dimes. Hell yeah. Yep. Yeah, we've been doing accepted for values for years. That's actually what your HJR 192 Public Law 73-10 is you're discharging it. That's all it is. Hold on. If a credit company turns you down, I forget the steps. If they turn you down, the first thing you need to do is hold the letter, call them, ask them why they turned you down, and ask them, what is the minimum you guys can do for me today? A lot of people don't know this. I've done this. Okay. I've pioneered this stuff years ago. You contact them, ask them, if they turn you down for a car loan, what's the minimum you guys can do? If they turn you down for a credit card, call them and ask to speak to their customer service. What's the minimum you guys can provide me? 500, 250? Take it. You know, but if you don't call in, you won't get. People don't know that. They think a denial is a denial. I don't take no for an answer. Nah, we're not working with no. No. It's not over. Roll it back. Let's go back. Let's redo all the whole thing. Not in the weird way. I mean, I do take no for an answer, but I'm just saying in the general ways for business. You know, you got to make sure that you go and get yours. They didn't ran your credit. You know, they will work with you, but you have to contact them and say, what is the minimum credit line you guys can offer me? All right. Or transfer me to your boss. Then ask the boss, hey, I know you guys can tell them, talk like you know what you're talking about. I've done this countless times. I know you guys can make exemptions and override this. So what's the minimum you guys can do? Hey, look, I'm just trying to do business with you guys. And if I work with you guys and I make my payments, can I then increase my credit line in the future with you? So that would be good for me and that would look good for you guys, right? Great. What's the minimum we can do? Go get your money or go get the credit. So one of the things, Sal, I didn't get the chance to tell you, and if you didn't watch my other videos, education only. So the Treasury, we know what's going on. We know the people who answer the phones don't know what's going on. They don't talk to the above people. Though we can see the securities, is what we'll say, on their site, that doesn't mean they're the holders of those securities. Okay? The company that issued that document, this is all I will say, they're the ones who you should be contacting for those securities. Excuse me, legal department. Excuse me, water goes down weird sometimes. But yet, I will be open and honest. I have not had time to do that. And I'll be honest, I'll show you guys my mistakes. When I did the SS5, instead of capitalizing on that document that had matured, I sent it in. Threw away some money that was on the table. That will not happen again. Hey, Mitch Young, look at you. I've been claiming lawful money through the U.S. Treasury. Yes, I made a video on that. People will be sleeping. I'm telling you, people don't understand the. See, let's just cut. I bet my best professional voice. Let's just cut the malarkey. Okay. We all know that they don't like us knowing this stuff. So I provide you guys with the tools as a non-belligerent, non-combatant treaty with the United States. But what you guys do with the tools is up to you. It's how you stay out of trouble. Okay. But for those people who get it, like Mitch, I've been claiming lawful money through the U.S. Treasury to not pay federal and state income tax. Mitch, you can hit me up on the private email on Blackside32. Let me know what your experience was, how you moved, and maybe we'll do a video or something on that. All right. And thank you for doing it. Whether you got the information from me or somebody else or both, fire. My hat goes off to you. Yeah. When you get denied credit, okay, thank you for reminding me, Carrie. So when you get denied credit, ask them what's the minimum you guys can do, or ask them what's the maximum you can do from there. If I was denied like a $2,000 card. I was like, hey, all right, so what's the best you guys can do? I was like, I know you guys have the authority to do this, and if you could tell them, I've done this with other credit card companies, so I know that you guys have the authority. And if you don't have the authority, then can I please speak to your boss who does have the authority to extend me some form of credit? What's the maximum you guys can do? What's the minimum you guys can do? What can you offer me today? Before we get off the phone today, I want to secure this account. How do we make that happen? I'm sure you get paid bonuses for retention, right? So wouldn't this look good if we can both close this deal today? What is the amount you guys can do? And before you guys ask me, yes, I was a salesman. I sold everything. I didn't like to. I had to keep a roof over my head and keep my son fed as a single father, and make sure that I had to make money one way or another. I made money on the streets. I made money selling cars, cell phones, tools across the country. You name it, I did it. I had to find a way. And though I am a shy person naturally, I had to put that to the side. I got to keep my son fed. I might miss a meal, but my son is not missing a meal. I mean, maybe one or two when he gets a little older. You know what I mean? Got to teach him some respect on not having every meal. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have to call. So here's another thing too. When you contact them, if they deny you still yet, so you did all that and they still deny you, well, guess what? And I forgot the code, so you'll have to look it up for yourselves, but there's a code where it states that they are not allowed to deny you some form of credit. They have to provide you something. You cannot be completely denied because your signature is a signature loan. It's good for credit. That's where promissory notes come from. That's how you pay off your house. So you got to look it up. Yes, Carissa, when you contact them, as always, be polite, be courteous, be professional minded, and remind them that, hey, I'm asking you this from a private capacity. When you contact them, they think you're contacting them as a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, which is their employee. Tell them, hey, I want to speak to you in your private capacity. I'm a natural private person. Ask them, remind them, are you a public officer? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I am the beneficiary and the executor of the trust, and so I am talking to you in your private capacity. That makes a whole difference when you're especially talking to their boss. The employees, the low-level functionaries, they don't really get the lingo and the jargon, but their bosses do. Yeah, they made some modifications to HJR 192. You have to look it up under Public Law 73-10. They always change it to throw you off the trail. There you go. Well done. Well done. Her being married to you also makes her a national of the United States. So no offense to Anna Von Reitz, but you didn't have to go through the state assembly for that. Married to her or being here naturalized in the United States of America in the geographical sense for more than 7 years makes anybody here a national of the United States. Yeah, all debts can be discharged because it's made with illusionary money, private money from the Federal Reserve. It's a private company. They're not federal like you think they are. They own the name federal, and they say you can't use it. Makes it sound good. And if you try to copy their money, it's copyright infringement. That's why people do time for that. Yes, yes. Right there. Boom. Right there. I did that. I asked for 20K from 5K. After speaking to a supervisor, I got 15K. I'm telling you guys, I do this. I live this life. This is all I have done since I was 9 years old. I've been doing it. I've done it. I'm good at it. I've done these processes for federal agents, police officers, people in different departments of the government, we'll just say. So that's a little bit long of a process. I mean, it's not long. But I would go on Google and type in how to accept the deed. The short version I will give you is that you essentially have to write a letter, get a copy of the deed, and refile the new deed with a letter of acceptance. It's really just that simple. There's a couple of small things you can add to it, but that's the short version of it. Sal, you can just, man, you know to message me. You already know. I'll hit you on that. We can talk about that later. I did a video on that one, so you guys can type in SS5, James C. Lovett. It'll pop up. Even for bad credit, you don't have bad credit. They fool you into thinking you have bad credit. Your Social Security is a discharge amount. It's nearly unlimited. You can literally write off up to $1 million, I think it is, a year. It is a discharge account. You are always supposed to have at least two: your social for a minor account and a major account where you got your own EIN, foreign or domestic. You don't have bad credit. As long as you're alive and you can sign something, you have credit. You don't have, they just want you to call it bad credit. So then they can go, oh, well, this is why we have to do it. It's bad credit. No, there's really no such thing. Citizen of the United States of America. Yeah. You could say that. No U.S. citizen. Yeah, they already pulled for the credit. Well, yeah, in your natural capacity, you don't really want to, or private capacity, yeah, you don't really want to use any other stuff. That's for the straw man. But you're acting on behalf of the straw man because most of you guys have all of your stuff in the straw man account. You think you own your house, you think you own your car, you think you own your cell phone, but did you not at some point in time obtain those things with the straw man name? Yeah, well, guess what? It transferred right into the trust that they own, that you operate. Just go to blacksite32.com and we can set up a consultation if you choose, if you need. Yeah, because usually your deed is filed with the county, and the county is the republic. They're really the power of the whole state. The county, if they truly are operating as a republic, okay, they're real. They're living. Okay, they're using an unincorporated association or a trust or something like that, and they own the whole landmass. They own the whole state. They own the land. When the state of, which is a corporation, came to that area, they went to the county to buy the land. They went to the county to buy the land, or to rent the land, or to file that they are the owners. Everybody has to go to the county. County is the republic, unless they have, done something above my pay grade. That's how it works. Yeah, Hamlet, full faith and credit. Yes, sir. Can utility be? Well, yeah, they can be. The problem is that most of the time when you get the utility bill and then you get the statement on the bottom, that's actually the clip that should be used to discharge the debt, because they already have your social. I guarantee you, any place that's sending you a bill, they got your social. They can access your trust, and you're supposed to sign off on that and use it. Problem is that the people in the finance or bill paying departments, they don't know how to do these things because nobody does them. So that's the hard part. We were doing accepted for values like 20 years ago. Problem is, it's hard to do it these days because they don't know what's going on. Yep. Jen says, any special process to go after United States Postal Service for beneficiary of inheritance? You are first supposed to do the administrative process, contact whoever's in charge in Washington, D.C. of the United States Postal Service. I've done this before, or part of this. And contact the CEO of the USPS, or the head commissioner. If they are not willing to work with you, you then have to contact the Attorney General. If the Attorney General is not working for you in your state, then you contact the United States Attorney General. And then from there, you can contact the FBI or take them to court, federal district court, and or possibly the Supreme Court, depending on the nature of that situation. So, but first you have to give them an opportunity to correct it. And if they fail, that's when you take it up the ladder, because now you've got the proof that they didn't do what they were supposed to do. First page of the authenticated birth certificate says full faith and credit. Yep, that means it's good anywhere in the republic, because the United States, unfortunately, of America is now on the federal or Hague system. So this means anywhere within the republic, all of your counties, all of your normal things are supposed to take it, anywhere in the free world. But because if it got authenticated and it's a birth certificate, that means at first it was made in the Hague. So it's already it's authenticated and apostilled. So it can be used anywhere in the world. There you go. All right. Did it all. They claim all the money is gone. Well, I would find out. Then I would say, I need you to provide me with, first of all, who gave you authority to do that? Not you, them. I would say, I need a written legal statement for legal purposes on who gave you the authority to do that. I want the full accounting and validation of what transpired. I would then report them to the IRS. You can Google IRS fraud report and report the United States Postal Service. Okay. And then I would give them a 30-day window and say, if you do not remedy this and return it and provide a validation of who gave you the authority to do this, who signed off on it, tell them you are the executor over the estate. You were never notified. What signature do you have? Do you have my signature? No. There's one signature from somebody and not me. Well, that's a unilateral contract. That's fraud. You've defrauded me. Provide me with this information, refund the money, or I will take you to federal district court. And then I will file this with the IRS. I will contact the FBI. I will contact the United States Attorney General. Tell them, no, play with me if you want. You are welcome, Lady Jen. You don't need to authenticate the birth certificate unless you are going to use the birth certificate for the passport process, or you want to make sure that they know that they have no jurisdiction over you or your kids or whoever else, because that's where the contract first started. So pull it out of their jurisdiction to make them lose their control over you. Carissa says, Jen, have you done any forms to set off the debt? She says she's been fighting for 4 years. Yeah. Oh, their biggest tool is to wear you down and to make you just go, you know what? The hell with it. Yes, man. I mean, fire. Can you use a 1099A? A 1099A is for if you're okay with the contract and you want some of your money back for the last 3 years. That's what a 1099A is for. And you want to keep the contract going. Like I could do a 1099A on my house and they have to give me up to 30% back for the last 3 years. But then you also will have to claim that as income on your taxes. So keep that in mind. The 1099C is the same thing, but it's a cancellation of that particular debt. I know a lot of people talk about using them for other purposes. I have yet to see 100% satisfaction across the board with other people's processes. When I do, then I'll promote it. I have to vet it first for myself. I can't speak on something I haven't done or I don't know about. So just talked about that. If you have a certificate of live birth, it's already authenticated on the county level, which is the Republic. You do not need to authenticate it. Matter of fact, they usually won't do it. Madam G, the bad wolf back at it again. Well, you know, it's nighttime. The wolf has to go out and get some meat, whatever that means. How do you purchase a home and keep it out of their jurisdiction? Create a private trust. Put it in the private trust name. Don't register it with the county. You record it. You inform them this a sale has been done, so you know who owns it, but I am not registering it with you. Yep, you can do a house, a car, whatever else. You can 1099A all of them and get some money back. Sound like a job, yeah. 1099C cancels the debt. Yes, but remember, if you cancel the debt, the low-level functionaries may not know what's going on, and they're going to try to get the actual property. They're going to want whatever the house, car, whatever it is back. They're going to try. But yes, it closes the account and cancels the bond. Remember, especially when you do a 1099C, your argument would be, well, didn't you get my promissory note? Don't you still have that? Yeah. Is there value there in it? Educational information only. You don't have to do the Fed level. You only need to do one. Okay. When I first started this process and nobody knew what it was, and all the gurus were putting me down and saying, oh, the wolf doesn't know what he's talking about, I researched and found that you can do it on all three levels, the county, the state, and the Fed. However, so this tells you right here, everybody who says you need to double authenticate, they got it from me. Okay. You do not need to double nor triple authenticate. As long as it's done on one level, you're good. The problem is, like California and New York, they don't typically authenticate at all or on their level. So you have to send it to the Fed level to get it done. That's where you want to do it, but you don't have to do it on both levels. Only one is sufficient. It's like making grape Kool-Aid and then you put another packet of grape Kool-Aid in it. Well, it's still grape. It's already grape, my guy. You know what I mean? So, but that just goes to show you all these gurus out here who are using that information. They may not give me credit, but you'll be surprised how many of them watch my channel and use my info, which I don't care at the end of the day. Just send out a little shout out, you know? But once again, a lot of people do it from ego. It's weird, but it's whatever. I don't care. If I find something on somebody else's channel and it works, I'll throw a shout out. I don't care. I don't have ego here. It's not about me. Yeah, there are people using the 1099s to get vehicles. Like I said, I have not seen it consistent. I've heard of people getting into trouble. I don't know if that's because of the information itself or they did something wrong. Until I know, I can't promote those ways. But remember, you can always call the IRS and ask them what are the proper uses for a 1099A or 1099C. They are your civil servants. They're your public officers and trustees. Call them and use their info. The land patent, yeah, I'm going to have Ron Gibson on my channel maybe next week. He's a busy man. He normally doesn't do this. He's making an exception. So I will let you guys know ahead of time. I'll probably call him tomorrow and see if he still can do it. Yeah, and a 1099-A is for an abandonment or an acquisition. That's what it's called. You know, so that's their terminology. But we know basically what it does. 1099 is the same way. Yes, you can recoup some of your loss with that. With a trust situation, you can create a trust with Rocket Lawyer for free or $20. You can be any two of the positions. You cannot be all three. So you will need to have somebody come in on a trust with you. Check out robots. Patriots. Oh, robots and patriots. Yeah. Thank you as well. Thank you. Law Depot. Yep. Study. If you're going to do this, you can use one method and jump out. You don't have to be a connoisseur of this stuff like me. You can do one thing. You don't have to keep going. It's just if you're going to continue to play in their backyard, their sandbox, then you got to know how they move. I'm here in Louisiana. Went to the Secretary of State department and did 2 authentications, but it doesn't say I'm in good faith of credit. Okay, so you have to look in the fine print. Look on the seal. When you contact them, when you show them that, can you say, will this document be for legal use in a non-Hague jurisdiction? If they tell you, no, you can't use this, then guess what? They did it wrong. They will get it. People get it wrong. So maybe they did. Yeah, Ron Gibson is a master at the land patent. You know, he's been doing this. I have vetted him. I vetted his information. I've not had time to do mine, though. I bought his book. I just haven't had time. The money order method for the payment of utilities and whatever else. I know you can 1099-A them and get some money back. Anywhere you've spent money, you can 1099-A them. But as far as using and get some of the money back, but as far as using the money order method, the way other people talk about it, I don't really do that. It takes, we did it years ago. It went through, but then it suddenly kind of stopped working. So unless there's a new method, not to say that there isn't a way to do that. I'm just saying I don't have a surefire 100% way. I will never give you guys half information that I can't vet or I haven't done. I can't do it. Not in good faith. Hamlet, that I'm not sure. But if you can find that they defrauded you, there's no statute of limitation on fraud. That's how I would work that. Because remember, you signed in. They signed you in. They made you sign in. You signed over your rights unknowingly when you could have signed it UCC 1-308 and not been deprived of your rights. So that's fraud. And if you look for more fraud in there, you will find it. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I mean, you stepped on him a little bit, but, you know, I ain't going to cry. I'm a big boy now. I'll be all right. Correct. Robots and Patriots is one of Patrick Devine's students that puts out the information. Yeah. Even with him, I'm going to let you know, I've heard Yusuf El even say, vet your information. Don't just do everything Patrick Devine says. If you want to know about how Yusuf El feels about him, you got to watch Yusuf El's videos. I watch a lot of his stuff too. But even like I tell you, even with my information, vet it. Don't just do processes because somebody said it. Learn it. and understand that not everybody does on YouTube what they say they're doing. I'll tell you this, I'm not going to mention any names, but I can guarantee you I could list about 10 or 12 names of people you guys go to on YouTube that have done consultations with me or use my information or have resold my information. I'll tell you that. Like I said, I'm not against anybody. I want everybody to get out there and do what you got to do. And so, like I said, it's not an ego thing for me. I don't really care. Otherwise, like I said, I'd bust people out. Eon is he's got a channel. He is very knowledgeable. He's what I will say is this: he's done a lot of processes that didn't work, so that he could find out how they work. So he has done some things. I don't know him personally, but as with everybody, if you do your research on any of these gurus or whatever else, you will find their goods and their bads. Nobody's perfect. So vet the person and vet the information. But he does have a lot of stuff, and he does show you a lot of the breakdown. So, you know, I respect that person and their craft. I don't know them. But I will say I watched some of their stuff. For me, even though I'm a little crazy and zany, he is way too hard for me to take serious because of the jazz that he puts on it. But he does have some good information. I would personally vet the information before just doing it, okay? Because even he talks about how, yeah, I did this long time ago and it was messed up, and now I'm doing it the right way. So if you are coming across him for the first time and you watch one of his old videos where it was done wrong, you're going to get it messed up. And then if you find the one where he corrected it, now you're on the right path. So yeah, there's many ways to get out there to kill the mortgage or to find the fraud. What's that? Mia Divinity. Thank you. Are you taken? Just kidding. Well, you know, there's a special person in my life that you know, we're working on things and whatnot. But if you live closer, I don't know. You know, I'm just saying. You're gonna get me in trouble, girl. But you know, options are open, but in particular. But I do appreciate everybody who's, you know, asked me if I was available and the compliments. So I definitely appreciate that. I will always stay humble and so blessed that you guys, like I said, I didn't grow up looking decent. I was kind of rough. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. I had big glasses. I was kind of fat. I was not, you know, athletic. Afro, zits. It was a horror show. It was horrible. Okay, Victor, yeah, let me know what your process is, and we could definitely talk one of these times. I definitely want to get you on the show as well. Yeah, there's no simple answer to most of this because it's hey Carrie. Because they're always changing things, you know. Yeah, most these people, even me, I didn't get through all this clean and unscarred. I've had them come to my door. I've had them send their letters. You know, you have to fight. You have to fight for your right to party. Yeah, I tell everybody, use everybody for a reference. Use everybody. Check everybody's research. Cross-reference people's information. And at the end of the day, you have to be able to stand on whatever it is you're submitting, and be able to articulate why you're doing it and saying it and using it this way. Yeah, see, that the process is not surefire across. The stuff I teach is surefire across because I've done it. I've vetted it. But a lot of these other things, especially the new way people are using them, has not been showing me consistent results. I mean, I looked up 1099 fraud, 1099A fraud, 1099C fraud, and did a reverse research on it to see if anybody's gone to trial or court or were considered fraud. It could be the information on how they're using it, or it could be how they filled it out. But I contacted the IRS and asked them straight out, how do I use this form? I am not trying to get in no trouble. I'm not trying to catch no case for, because of somebody else's word. Florida. Well, see, hey, I mean, I was down there in Miami and Orlando, and I got some people, some family down there. I don't know. I might have to stop through. Nathan, yes. All right, let me get. We're almost on an hour and a half. Let me get back to the website, and then I'll field a couple more, and then we'll close it out for tonight. So okay, so back to the screen here. All right, so other services that they provide. Okay, bad credit home refinancing, auditing expert witnesses. His people are trained and licensed to be expert witnesses. That's why if you mess with my guy Sean, your stuff is good. Lawsuit loans, foreclosure. We talked about the foreclosure stuff. How many missed payments before the foreclosure? Active foreclosure. YouTube audit. I don't know what that one is. I might have to talk to him and see what he's got, what else he's got going on. Oh, probably for, I guess, if you get paid. Okay, so here, UCC 3-301 regarding mortgage notes. And these suckers of right here, I won't say the name. So I'm not even going to go through all of these because, as you can see, if you've had problems with any of these companies in financial means, you can contact him. Here, free help to stop the foreclosure. These are things that they provide. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to go through each and every one of it. You guys get the you get the gist of it. Like I said, I'm not going to read. So here we'll hit stop sharing screen. Come back to the full one, so you guys can gaze upon the man ruggedness that is the Badwolf. Oh man! In all actuality, you know what? When I go out, I very rarely, get hit on. People talk and and maybe look a little bit, but nobody says anything. So I don't know. I just know I'm cute to people who find me cute, and funny to those who find me funny. Okay, so if I'm going to do this for me, this is bad. Yeah. Free consultation ain't going to hurt anybody or use any of the information here. Everybody really needs to do their own research. My goal in providing this information is so that you guys can become your own bad wolves. That's what I mean by this. I don't mean you have to take on the totem of being literally a wolf, but the wolf is the one who went after the three little piggies. Okay. And even though in the story they won, not in real life, ain't no pigs making a real house that a wolf can't get into. It's a story. The wolf always eats the pig. Unless it's maybe one of those wild Arkansas Razorbacks, they can probably hold their own. All right. Then something different down there. And yes, they most things can be waived for frivolous filing fees. Yes, it's all about trust law. Everything is trust. The United States is in a trust. There you go. Yep. Yes. You got to know your role in the trust. What position are you taking? You inspire me, so thank you for that. I'm going to dub you the good wolf. Well, okay. In the private, yes, you can call me the good wolf, but out here in the wilderness, got to be bad. You got to do that bad business. You know, you got to, because you know what? That's what they call me. I had one troll, if you want to call him a troll. I usually don't reference any trolls. I delete all their stuff. But this guy tried to come in as a sheep, and I could smell him a mile away. And suddenly, when I wouldn't answer him the way he wanted to and do what he wanted, suddenly he started talking like an agent or somebody who has access to certain databases. And he was like, well, if James C. Lovett is your real name and you're on this list and that list and blah, 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 blah. I was like, bro, you're an agent. Get out of here. No, I'm not an agent. Yeah, like an agent's really going to say I'm an agent. Come on, man. Bro, you're not the first and you ain't the last. I've done consultations purposefully and unintentionally where they were like, I'm just a regular person. I would like to know information. I'm not new to this. So, yeah, they call me bad. And so guess what? I run by the moniker that the demons and the devils give me. The bad wolf. I was just the wolf, but they're the ones who call me bad. So I guess it is what it is. I wish I had your brains with my ADHD and makes it difficult to understand the stuff. Well, hey, guess what? I had ADHD, still do, before there was a name for it. Okay. I'm also dyslexic. I don't care about putting my information out there. My mind reads things forwards and backwards all the time. You know, I literally look at something and my brain goes, blah, 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 blah. And then it's hard for me to focus, you know, which is one of the reasons why, like, you'll see me like looking left or right half the time is because I have ADHD. Anybody can learn this. Okay. My brain is going a million miles a moment. Even when I'm sleeping, I can actually do math equations in my head while I'm completely sleeping. Okay. Even when I'm sleeping, I've had people like family members who stayed with me or whatever else, and they're walking around the house. I can tell you exactly what room they're in because of where the sound is, almost like a bat. I can tell which room they're in. Trust me, you don't want to have a brain like this. Sorry to buy a car. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't necessarily. You can learn that from somebody else. I wouldn't personally do that until you have verified with the IRS that you can use it to purchase a vehicle. I know who you guys are talking about. I've got no problems with him. He's actually spoken highly of me. I think the guy is cool. I work with another guy named Fearless Floyd who knows him. I don't have any problems with their methods. I just personally haven't gone through the process to say that I'm willing to use it for me personally. Oh yeah, with ADHD, just keep, yeah, that's what I do. I watched Yusuf L's video on Do Not Detain years ago. I read, which he got this information from Colonel Vaughn Wilson of Copper Moonshine Stills, probably 100 or 200 times. And everything started making sense. I don't get things the first time around easily, and I have to reread it and then tear it apart. I read slow. I'm super smart. My IQ is almost 160. Okay. But I read slow so that I can fully comprehend it. I've been teaching myself to speed read. So going beyond just reading slow past the normal so that now I can assimilate the same amount of information on a faster pace. My brain goes fast, but bring it in, I got to see it and diagnose, everything, because especially when you're doing this, you don't want to go fast. That's how we get into trouble. We think we know it. We ignore, we don't analyze. If I'm reading something that says, you must appear in person. Okay. So who are you talking about? You don't have my name there. So I'm questioning that. Must appear like in what? Like I'm an object. You're a magician dressed in a black robe and you can make me appear. Little on the nose there. Okay. So you're showing that you have jurisdiction over me and control because you made me appear from the ether, like an entity or a dead object, an entity. Did you know that the word corporation is Latin for body? Corporation is Latin for animating a dead body. Corporation. Corp is body. Ation is to animate. You're animating a dead body. So you're animating me. You must appear in person. Well, what's your definition of the word person? A living natural person or a entity that you can control? That's a corporation. So you're telling me the corporation needs to appear. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't read that fast. You have to read it slow to understand what they're talking about. You're assuming some stuff, and assuming makes an ASS of you and me, as the old things go. Yes. Yep. As long as you have any entity. Can you give that site contact information? I was late. I'm not sure which site. Mine is blacksite32.com. I don't know if you can go back to the comments section and see. Y'all are funny. Only Go Superior. Yep. No, I've never done one on authenticating W8BEN because that's their paperwork. I guess you could bring out of the jurisdiction. I know some people, along with either their explanatory statement or whatever else, are including their W8BEN when they're going to get their passport. Those are good files to include in there. It's all in the words. Yes. Well, I don't necessarily use the term American State National, but if you're using that term in reference to Anna von Reitz, then you would merely type in American State National for whatever state you're in. So say American State National Hawaii, find your local district coordinator. If there's no coordinator there, then you can contact one in any state who might make you a coordinator for your particular state. Okay, they're doing that. But that is her jurisdiction. Essentially, she created her own nation, okay, operating under the term American State National. I have no problems with her. I've never heard her mention me, good or bad. Like I said, I'm a part of that. I signed up to learn more about that information. What I teach is a little bit different, is that you have your last name. Your last name is a nation. You have family members across the world. You are the king or queen or whatever of your nation, and you're not using it. You should be creating a private trust with your last nation. You should be creating a micronation, learning this info and doing these things on your own. Nothing against anybody who wants to join somebody else's nation. It doesn't matter to me. I just know that the forefathers wanted us to run our own nations and then be nations of nations, a nation that is composed of nations working with nations in the United States of America. But I will say that with them does come a lot of direct information. Vet the information still yet. Some is good, some is bad, some is other. And you do have the support of that state. Okay. So there are some goods to everything. It just depends on where you want to get in and how you want to move. Or you could be like me. You can join them, learn from them, and then still yet do your own thing. Wherever you want to be, as long as you are of joy, you can do it. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can bounce between any of them at any point in time. You can be, most people are never 100% out of the public, sadly. So you can always, most people I know, I teach them how to operate in the public and private on a daily basis. I'm operating on the public side, the private side, foreign side, all at the same time. I got some stuff in the private side that they can't see or touch. I got stuff running with them on their side, with said credit cards. Yeah. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting anybody. The term foreign national is what cops refer to us in their books. That is, they refer to us as foreign nationals because to them you can only either be a U.S. citizen or a foreign national. That's it. They don't recognize or care about anything else. So when you're doing things properly, you remind them of the fact that they took an oath and that you are considered a foreign national or operating under the Constitution. But if you're using their stuff, then you're in their stuff. Yep. You can operate a lot of things with no Social Security. That I'm not real familiar with, but everybody can discharge. Okay. Think about it. At the end of the day, if you can't make your payments, and I'm not saying run out there and just discharge everything. That's I'm just going to say this. If you don't pay your dental bill or your whatever else, eventually it will be discharged. It's not going away and just they have your name and your Social Security number, and they are either they're going to discharge it against your trust, or they're going to discharge it internally. Either way, that's how it's taken care of. Oh, okay. Is that a friend, or is that a YouTube channel? And thank you to Bronze Flat Power God. There's a lot of people out there who do not have egos and have thanked me for the information on their channel. So I don't know everybody. So until I know, I can't add their channel or support them as well, but I will send a shot back out to them. So thank you for that. Correct. Every year, the corporations have to balance their books. They have to balance it. So guess what? They discharge it. They have your name and your social. I actually had one judge, and I won't mention the name. It wasn't directly to me, but to one of my clients when I told them what to do when they got to court. I don't do court cases. I just provide every once in a while some information on how I would do things, education purpose only. And the judge said, you know what? We are just now learning some of this stuff that I'm teaching, because that judge was probably a magistrate and not an actual licensed judge. And the judge says, in the matter of this discharge, the judge went to him before everybody got in there privately. You have to talk to these people in their private capacity. You guys do not know how powerful the private is. You don't get it. You don't know. And the judge says, we don't know why you guys come to us to discharge these debts when you guys can do it for yourself. They're living up here. We're living down here. They become a judge, then they are taught through internal means on how to do the discharges. It's not taught to us down here. I talked about a little bit about discharge on one of my other YouTube lives, I think. Regular YouTube, it's on my channel. But all I'm going to say is you guys have the tools to do a lot more than you know. Okay, it is a YouTube channel. All right, thanks. Appreciate that. Hey, loved, appreciate you as well, man. Appreciate you as well. Loved but hated. That's the story of my life, man. If I had a nickel. Well, there are ways to do that. I made videos on the W8BEN. I made videos on the W4V. I made videos on the 8233, the 1040NR. You can also look up forms on, well, it also might be the organization that you applied for, that's your business or you are operating under. That's how they can tax you. You have to go back and look at that. I've helped many people close down officially their old businesses, at the same time opening up a new business in the private as an unincorporated association or a 508c1a, or under a private or foreign trust with the same name. Open it up the same day, operate, customers never knew, close this out, and operate tax-free, or operate as a 501c3, because whatever you're doing can be considered religious. You don't have to have a church. You can be a religious car wash. Even your house is considered to be in the public because of how you registered it. That's why you pay taxes on it. You have to remove that assumption and presumption. Jurisdiction is everything. Period. If you don't understand it, you don't have a wolf in the game. Constitutional law, yes. That's outside. It's positive. It's what we do. That constitutional law supersedes what they do, unless it's a contract. And then it still yet supersedes it if they've violated the contract. Commercial codes, yes, all that stuff. For some reason, my clicker is not letting me show the comments now. I must have said too much. All right. Sorry for the interruption. Apparently, I must have been saying too much. Remember, this is all education and entertainment anyway. These are just my personal experiences. I like how all that went down, though. That's funny. It's almost like it's my first time. All right. So sorry if I didn't get to some of your comments. I will, like I said, they booted me for whatever reason. Don't freak out. And yes, it's all contracts. It's all contracts. All right. Like I said, we're still having minor difficulties, but we should be good. Yeah, you can do a faith-based trust. It doesn't mean you have to be religious or be of faith. I mean, the paperwork just says you believe in something. Believe in whatever you believe. I believe I like to make money. That's my faith. So yeah, you can own a faith-based car lot. Okay. Or you can do a 508c1a in the complete private, like my one guy in California who never got bothered by the C19 stuff, never shut down because he's not regulated by them. Oh yeah. Trump is he's an interesting person, man. I used to be super into Trump. It's neither here nor there at this point in time, but I will say that I enjoy the fact that he makes the elite feel uncomfortable. Correct. Faith and religion are not the same thing. Yep. All right. Let's see what time. We're at 9 o'clock my time in Central here. I was only planning on doing an hour, but I wanted to get a couple of questions in. Next week, I will be doing a live, hopefully, with Ron Gibson on the land patent and all that kind of stuff. So that should be fire. As this is live right now, the date is 11/28/2022. I will be doing a live with my cousin who owns his own channel. It's called Knowledge Well Media. I will be on there, so you can look him up on YouTube, Knowledge Well Media. I will be on there answering some of his questions and answering questions in general. I will be seeing how he does his platform. He does his stuff a little bit differently than me and mine, but you know, we're cool. We do not mix the business aspect of it. Whatever he does, what he does. What I do is what I do. He's got his way of presenting and doing things. So we've always talked about we were going to collaborate one day on stuff. So we're going to do that over there. He specializes more in trusts and trust law, that kind of stuff, but he does some of this as well. So And yes, also, yeah, you can also find me usually on Sunday nights on A6's channel. It's A-6, A, and then the dash number 6 underscore where the line is lower, grind time on YouTube. You can also check out one of my other guys, Finest Thing Walking. He's one of my other guys. He does some of this information too, and also Fearless Floyd, the Fearless Floyd Show, also one of my other good people. And to anybody else who sent me any love, if I didn't know about it, hey, appreciate you guys for supporting me. So I'm going to get out of here. And yes, you can share any of my stuff. If you guys see anybody using my stuff for negative purposes or defaming my character, feel free to report them for defamation of character, to YouTube. Otherwise, if you guys have your own channels, you guys can always use my stuff. All I ask is that you're fair with how you critique me and the information, but you fully have use of my information. So go out there and go get it, you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you. Remember, this particular live was about foreclosure. If you guys want information, contact Sean Adley. He will take care of you. Tell him I sent you for the discount. Otherwise, just get your free consultation. See what the man has to say. Okay, yeah, there's some other places. Okay, so Taquan X, also a good guy. We've talked a couple times. He's used my information. I've used his. He's fire. I don't know Robot in them. But Jason, Dia, Carissa, King, AJ, Loved, Jason, Mr. Guapole, AJ, thank you guys, Jen, Lisa, Carrie, Bronze, Rashad, Chortle, Robin, Street Frog Dog, Hamlet, all of you guys, Carrie, thank you guys so much for supporting me. I was going to do a second live tonight, but I'm going to take a break because I got consultations to do tomorrow and some paperwork to get done. And I guess this is 2 hours, so technically, I guess it's one long one instead of 2 short ones. But I will give you guys a quick peek into what I'm going to be talking about in the next one. I might even do one tomorrow night around this time. I'm going to give you guys some information on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. I'm going to give you one, if you guys want to jump ahead, I'm going to give you one on Google Scholar. Okay, Google Scholar is kind of fire because if you want to go, I was going to save it because you guys are here at the end. I'll break it out to you now. Okay, Google, if you go to Google and you type in Google Scholar and then you click on that tab, they have a database of cases. So if you want to find, we'll just take educational hypothetical me, for example, in a weird magical world of the Badwolf. Let's say you're going to do a lawsuit against, we'll call it Smells Wargo, okay? You don't know where to start, or your credit union, or the United States Postal Service. This is for Jen. Go to Google Scholar and type in Smells Wargo or your landmark, whatever the bank is, United States Postal Service, whatever it is. Type in Google Scholar, their name, and then type in mortgage fraud, bank fraud, beneficiary fraud, theft of securities. Whatever it is, you're going to find the cases where they fought. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to find that they lost right there. And I'm not going to give the rest of it away now, but it's going to be a fire live or a live fire, however you want to look at it. All right. So that being said, hey, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Oh, and I will give you this last little peek. We found out some more good information on the passport process that once again, your boy is bringing it to you. Now, this, I can't say that it was fully me. This was me working with another person. I don't know if they want me to mention their name and where they got it from. But I will say this. Once again, the Badwolf channel is bringing you guys some more firsts. No one else has talked about this in its entirety. And we're going to do a live where we're going to do the passport process, and we're going to drop some more bombshells on how to do this stuff. All right. So hit that bell, that like, and that subscribe, because when I go live, you know I ain't on that jive. It's going to be fire. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Go enjoy the rest of your there's Jen. Yeah, got it. Sweet. Heck yes. So we are going to close out with that. Thank you guys for all of that. And I will talk to you later. The Badwolf is out. Enjoy yourselves, and happy holidays to all of you guys in whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. And I guess remember this, on the personal side, most of my family has passed away, so I actually spend more time with you guys than I do with probably my own family. Okay. So in that, understand that you are not alone in the holidays. Okay. And reach out to at least one friend. That's it. Don't shoulder all the weight of being alone and going through the holidays. Okay. Contact somebody, reach out. If they're really your friend, they'll have no problem letting you either just come over or kicking it with you, or even just talking. I've gone through it for years. This is one, and I have had people, here and there. And most of the time it was me not reaching out to one or two of my key people because they had their friends and family to do stuff with. So love yourself, reach out to a friend and family. And if you have nobody absolutely to reach out to, hey, send me an email and just say, hey man, I'm alone on the holidays. And I'll send you a hey, you know what? You're not alone now. Something is better than nothing. And if nothing else, do like I did eventually. Be the person that other people can come to and have a friend's day, a friend's giving, a friend's New Year's, a friend's Christmas, whatever it is. We have one existence in this mortal form. Don't let anybody steal your light. Nobody. I don't give a who it is. Don't let them take that from you guys. All right. Keep your light. Can't stop, won't stop. Love yourself. Take care of your temple, and take care of that beautiful mind of yours. All right. Everybody has value. Okay. So you are wealthy and just appreciating and knowing who you are. So that being said, guys, I'm out. Take care of yourselves. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting the old man have your ear. Wolf is out.